Let's see, what am I missing here? Oh yeah. Hat, check. Sunglasses, check. Pepsi, check. Notes, check. Sources, check. And thick skin, check. Let's go. Welcome back to Going to Blue Dude, everybody, and all we do here is college football. So if you're a college football fan, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, feel free to send gear to represent you and your team. Look around. That's what my background is made of. So if you want to be a permanent part of Going to Blue Dude and my background, send gear to represent yourself and your team to P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina 29657. It really is baffling. I'm baffled with some of these head coaches and how great of a con artist they are. The two names that really pop in my head as far as the biggest con artists right now in college football as far as head coaches go, Jimbo Fisher and Dana Holgerson. A lot of people are like, Dana Holgerson left West Virginia because he saw that you can't recruit there, you can't have success there, and so he bounced. He turned West Virginia down. That's not what happened. Dana Holgerson actually asked for a raise at West Virginia, and West Virginia was like, why? We haven't been to the playoffs. We haven't won the Big 12. We haven't even competed in a Big 12 championship, and you've set our program back an entire decade. Why would we give you a raise? So Dana Holgerson was like, all right, peace out. I'm out. I'm going to Houston where we will give him money. And Houston was like, yeah, we got one over on West Virginia. We got a great head coach in Dana Holgerson. And then last year happened. So it kind of added to his ego. They went 12-2. But any decent team that they played, they got buried. Texas Tech, a decent team from the Big 12, buried Houston. Cincinnati, they avoided Cincinnati in the regular season, but they had to play them in the AAC championship, and they got buried by Cincinnati. Auburn in the bowl game. Well, remember, Auburn barely got to the bowl game. So yes, Houston did beat Auburn 17-14, but Auburn wasn't a very good team. They were 6-6 heading into that bowl, and they were a team that got beat by South Carolina. So really, how good of a win was that? But 12-2. West Virginia regretting that they got rid of Dana Holgerson. And yes, it was West Virginia getting rid of Dana Holgerson, not Dana Holgerson getting rid of West Virginia. So keep your facts straight. I bet West Virginia's, kicking themselves in the rear end because they got rid of him. No, we're not. He's the reason why West Virginia's in the spot that they're in. So I tried to warn Houston fans, this guy is a wolf in sheep's clothing. No, he's not. We went 12-2. We beat mighty Tulsa. We beat mighty East Carolina. We beat mighty SMU. We beat mighty Memphis. He's doing great over here. 12-2. Fast forward to this year, you're finding out. Great win against Memphis, by the way. That was a good win for Houston. Great win. But any competent team that Houston comes up against, basically any team from the Big 12, Dana Holgerson can't win in the Big 12. So that's even worse for Houston because guess where they're heading? They're headed to the Big 12. So you're going to be playing a lot of Big 12 opponents, and it's not going to be good for you. Why? Because Dana Holgerson is a con artist whenever it comes to a head coach. And don't get it twisted. He would be an amazing offensive coordinator. Amazing. If Houston does fire him and he ends up somewhere as an offensive coordinator, they're going to have a great offensive coordinator. He's great with offensive scheming. Really, really good. Head coach, not good at all. Con artist. Big time con artist. In fact, from what I understand, he actually got in a cussing match with Houston fans. That's right. Houston fans cussed him and he cussed them back. Class. All class, Dana Holgerson. All class. Dana Holgerson, one of the biggest con artists. But the other con artist is Jimbo Fisher. And Jimbo Fisher might be a bigger con artist just for the sheer amount of money that he's taken teams for. Florida State, yes, they went to a national championship. He caught lightning in a bottle with Jameis Winston. But that's about it. He didn't do anything else. He left Florida State in shambles. When he left for Texas A&M, Florida State was in the worst state that they have been since the early 1970s before Bobby Bowden. That's how bad Florida State was whenever he left. And Florida State is still trying to recover. Now, it looks like Florida State might be in for a decent season this year, but still nothing compared to what we saw under the Bobby Bowden era because it was Jimbo Fisher that left them in shambles. Now he's off to Texas A&M, 8-4, which if you're a mid-tier team, 8-4's not bad. Texas A&M has way too much money to be a mid-tier program. So 8-4 should not be cutting it. And I get it. I get it. Texas A&M does beat Alabama on a consistent basis, probably like an every other year type of thing. But overall, they haven't done well at all. They haven't won the SEC West at all. And the excuse is always the same. Well, we're in the same division as Alabama. Well, that still doesn't make sense because y'all actually do beat Alabama, and yet you still trip up over yourselves. I mean, you've lost to Appalachian State this year. You lost to Appalachian State at home. At home. The biggest problem with Jimbo Fisher is he can't recapture that lightning in a bottle that he had at Florida State whenever it comes to the offense. He puts pretty good defenses out there, not going to lie. But whenever it comes to offense, he has absolutely no idea what he's doing. And recruiting, I don't know what he's doing over there. I mean, I know they just signed the #1 class or basically bought the #1 class. But he doesn't know how to coach them up, cultivate them, whatever you want to call it. He's not good at that. He's not a good head coach, period. Con artist. And Jimbo Fisher, man, he might be the biggest con artist of all time just because of how much money he's taken Texas A&M for. The buyout for Jimbo Fisher is astronomical. They got their hands tied. They are stuck with Jimbo Fisher. If they were to fire him, they would have to pay him the remainder of his contract, whatever year it is. And I know it goes down and down and down and down. But right now, I think it's right at $100 million. $100 million! $100 million. So even the year after that, it's going to be in the $90 million range. And the year after that, $80 million, and so on and so forth. So it's not going to be feasible until like 8 years from now. Oh my gosh. Wow. Y'all really fell for him. Y'all really fell for him, and that's why I consider him to be #1 whenever it comes to head coaches being a con artist. And don't get me wrong, Houston fans, I feel for you. Dana Holgerson is up there, but Jimbo Fisher is a significant notch above Dana Holgerson. At least Dana Holgerson can't convince teams to pay him a $100 million contract. I mean, that would be absolutely ridiculous. But Jimbo Fisher, I don't know what... Oh, he won 1 national championship at Florida State. He's worth $100 million. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. And I warned Michigan State on this as well. Last year, they gave Mel Tucker a great contract extension, close to $100 million. So, you know what? I'm going to put him on this list. Mel Tucker, con artist. Based on 1 year, they extended him. Massive contract, massive buyout. Michigan State, you're stuck with Mel Tucker for a very long time. And I tried to warn you that you were going to have a massive step backwards this year because last year you had 0 defense and there was nothing that told me that you would have a significantly better defense this year. Plus, your only source of offense, Kenneth Walker, is gone. I knew it. It's happening. Michigan State is in the crapper this year. Now, we don't have as many years to judge on Mel Tucker. So maybe he can bounce back from this. But for right now, it looks like Mel Tucker just may have taken Michigan State for everything they're worth as well. So I might have to bump him up on the con artist list as well. But this is just the first year after the contract extension. We'll have to give this a couple years to really label him as a con artist. But for sure, Dana Holgerson and... definitely Jimbo Fisher. Those two are the 2 biggest con artists in all of college football whenever it comes to head coaches getting paid. Because that's what it's all about, guys, getting paid. Con artists, con artists, con artists. Y'all let me know in the comments section if you agree with me about Dana Holgerson and Jimbo Fisher and maybe Mel Tucker in the future. And was there anybody that I left out? Maybe there's another con artist that I didn't talk about. That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.